let's do our little round table thing right now quickly. Everybody's got to participate. Mars, come on.
Hey, Castor, why don't you look at all the boys, or the men, I should say, and say bye to everybody.
Bye, Castor. Thank you for coming.
No, your dad is staying here, okay?
Oh.
Bye, all.
So what's the deal? How's everybody feel about what they heard?
Of course, lyrics will definitely work in that feel.
Yeah.
That kind of intro bit that's on there is marked.
What about you? What do you think?
It's good.
You think it's good? Was there anything in particular that you...
I wasn't paying attention to that detail. It's a lot of good stuff.
I can take you back when me and him were alone in my room in 1981, listening to new wave British heavy metal singles. As soon as there was somebody else in the room, it just became this, like, it just had a very different energy to it.
That was usable?
Yeah.
That's a
Maybe
that's a fucking
let's do
bitch.
another version of it, okay?
The first time I got a real awareness of it was when Mustaine came into the picture. When James was with Mustaine, he became like, he never really cared about me. There was one time during the recording of the Ride the Lightning record where me and him went out and 42 beers later, like, dude, I love you. But it could never materialize until it got to that 42 beer point, and we were alone.
That was good.
And sure I don't have to play it again?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's good practice, though.
For what?
The road.
When?
Couple years.
From day one, it's been competitive. And in a way, that's what has made Metallica what it is. That's what's driven us further.
What feels good to you?
But we'll try a bunch more.
Can you try maybe like a blah, 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 blah?
Almost like a strum.
My parents split when I was 12 or 13, and then my mom passed on when I was 16. The only thing I felt that I really had at that point was music. My wanting to keep everything under control, and, you know, it's out of a fear of my abandonment issues. I'm afraid to get close to people because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how you're supposed to do it.
Cool.
That last one was pretty good.
Yes.
That was the first amp I ever owned. That right there.
I think we have it.
Okay.
Okay, now we gotta talk about it.
You started talking about the idea of the guitar solo as we have known it, maybe being something that was a little outdated and maybe reintroducing some riff-a-rama things.
But can I say something that I think is bullshit? This whole fucking solo out, dates the whole thing. That's so bullshit. If you don't put a guitar solo in one of these songs, that dates it to this period, and that cements it to a trend that's happening in music right now. I think that's stupid, and I think it's totally
I know
trendy.
That's not what I said. It's always been about like where could it go that's kind of new and interesting instead of just repeating something from the past.
I'm not interested in playing traditional guitar solos anymore. It's just, for me,
You've told me that.
It's just boring.
To me, if you can add a color to the song that satisfies you and works for the song, then that's what we should do. But I don't want to get in the position where it's like we put something down on the tape to satisfy your ego, my ego, Lars's ego, or James's ego. I think it should serve what's going down. Like in other words, there shouldn't be like a rule of no solos. There shouldn't be a rule of solos. It should be.
And I agree. I mean, it really is to me all about serving the song, and I feel much better about that because, I just don't want to follow certain trends that I see other bands following. We don't necessarily have to stick to our traditional way, but we also don't have to follow that trend. I'm actually very, very comfortable with my role in the band, I've actually always been very, very comfortable with my role in the band. I'm not a really egotistical person. In fact, I've spent a large amount of my time trying to downplay my ego and get it even smaller and smaller. That's part of my beliefs. I try to be an example of being egoless to the other guys